Right, this week's vlog starts with the most strangest situation that I can probably remember for quite a long time. Don't forget to like, come on, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, Thai Kicks. I'm talking crap, it's really late on Thursday night. Tash, my other half, decides she's going to go out and she's going to go and pick us up some McDonald's. 2 cheeseburgers in the situation. Open up the cheeseburgers. No burgers. So we're going to go to McDonald's and find out why 2 of our cheeseburgers have no burgers in them. Hi there. Yeah, the half came in probably about an hour ago and ordered 2 cheeseburgers and a couple of meals, but there's no burgers in the cheeseburgers.
Really? Oh my god, so really?
She was like, where's my burger in my burger?
Maybe sometimes, you know, it's a rush hour, they make a mistake.
That's alright. Just kind of random. Thank you.
Sorry, what's that?
No, that's great. I'm all good. Thank you. That's great. Thank you very much. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Right then, let's see what they gave us, because I don't know what they gave us other than 2 free drinks, large fries, and 2 double cheeseburgers, all because someone forgot to put 2 burgers in 2 buns. Well done, McDonald's. Thank you very much. Now on with the rest of the vlog. After months and months and months of Adidas and Nike dropping tons of shoes, well, particularly Adidas dropping tons of shoes, there really hasn't been a lot for the last 2 weeks to really focus on. So yeah, I haven't picked anything up. It's all been a bit quiet, almost too quiet. Yeah, like so many shoes dropped so often for Adidas recently that it's kind of sort of winding down a little bit now. So we had the zebra drop, we've had the multicolored drop in the US. It is Saturday today, so it dropped in the US today. I'm dimming down with lights here. So really, in my opinion, the only one I can see that is quite an interesting drop that's coming up soon, apart from the Flyknit trainer that I told you about last week, is the Run Through Time Ultra Boost Mid. As you can see, it's a pretty nice looking shoe, very different in certain ways to that Kith Mid that dropped a while back from the Aspen pack. I like the blue. I do like that blue shoe. I don't own a lot of blue shoes, I'll be honest, but I like the actual overall shape of that mid shoe anyway. And I like the difference because it's not an ATR shoe this time. It's got more of like a suede front toe around the toe box, and the materials look maybe a slight thinner. I may be wrong, but I would like to get my hands on that shoe if I can. I'm not going to say that I will, but if anyone wants to fancy helping me get hold of a Run Through Time Ultra Boost, you will get a shout out from me. Look at it that way. I just finished work. I had a terrible night's sleep. Still not over my cough, but I've got loads of stuff prescribed to me. It's not a cold, I don't know what it is, but it's something that's been sort of hampering me, but I'm not going to let it dog me down. But I'm going to go home and I'm going to get changed, I'm going to get showered, and I think I'm going to go and take Louis out for a little adventure this evening, and we will check back in tomorrow. Oh, Sunday, just gone and helped out one of my clients. She's quite a elderly lady, doesn't know a lot about modern technology, so just helped her set up her iPhone. Gonna get some food and gonna go and watch the Formula One British Grand Prix. Then we're gonna get into the subject of Grail shoes. This week on the vlog, I'm feeling obviously a damn sight better than I did last week. Yeah, it wasn't exactly how I kind of expected my week to go. We're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about grails. Now, the meaning, the term grail seems to extend itself quite far, yet I personally think that there is a bit of a blurred line as to what you can truly class as a grail shoe. We're gonna hit up the sneaker room. We're gonna head back to the sneaker room to discuss grails. We've got some shoe news as well that's come up, and we've got some more info about some future collaborations to hit tie kicks in the coming months. Really excited to give you some really big news. So let's get into what I wanted to talk about this week. It was predominantly going to be talking about Grail shoes. Grail shoes are what the definition of what the word is. When you talk about something being the Holy Grail,
you must choose. But choose wisely, for as the true Grail will bring you life, the false Grail will take it from you.
You talk about it being something that you want your hands on, you want to get hold of it, you want it, and you really do whatever it takes to get hold of it and find it. But in the sneaker community, the word Grail has been bandied around and is used so frequently, it's almost become kind of commonplace. I wanted to go through what I feel I consider a Grail. Now, this is my own opinion. I'm not going on anybody else's opinion. This is solely my reasonings behind what I consider my Grail shoes and why. Now, whether the brand that you are into is Adidas, Nike, New Balance, Asics, Saucony, any shoe has their own limited editions. Usually what it tends to be is that when a collab takes place, they create only a limited run. Now those limited runs are in huge demand. Now, Grails are based on the era that I feel that you may have come from. It may also be based on the time that you got into your sneakerhead life. Now, bear in mind, you may have been born in the 80s. You may be someone that sees your Grail as a Superstar X Run DMC or a Jordan of some kind. Now, take into account the new trend in shoes. That could be anything from a Flyknit or Primeknit based shoe to an Air Max or Boost type shoe. And just because you feel the Grail that you've chosen may be more new over more old, it doesn't matter. You know, purists will say that a Grail shoe should be something with heritage, something with prestige, something that's really, really hard to come by. But in my opinion, I feel like a Grail shoe is personal. It is your choice to make what you feel is a shoe you would hold with pride in your collection. And on that note, I'm going to go through some of the Grail shoes that I've picked up. I've only really been collecting for a couple of years. I've not been collecting for a long time. So the Grail shoes that I liked have only come from the last, I would say, 3 years. Bearing this in mind, I really love sneaker culture and I'm really into learning as much history as I can. And I'd like to kind of announce something which is really interesting. A good friend of mine, Sam, King of VI, I'm going to leave his link in the description below. He's got a review and vlog channel. He is massively into Jordans, and Jordans are something that I would turn around and say I know very little about, and I want to get to know a bit more about Jordans. So hopefully in the coming months, me and Sam are going to get together and we're going to do a collab video, and we're going to go over the pros and cons of our select favorite types of shoe, and hopefully we'll be able to give each other the knowledge and learn a little bit more about our individual tastes in sneakers. One thing I'm going to tell you guys that I wanted to give you some info on, if you really are into your sneakers and you want to know more about the history of sneakers, I was really, really humbled by a customer of mine who came into my shop and bought me an amazing gift. And if you haven't got it already, go and check this out. This book is a Bible. It's called Sneakers, the Complete Limited Edition Guide. And it's got as many of the sneakers as you can imagine, collaboration wise, from multiple brands within this book, up to a certain period of time. This is a really good book to get your hands on if you want some knowledge about different collabs that have taken place, and if you really want to know a little bit more about that specific shoe that you really like and want to know more history beyond its looks. This book is definitely a must cop from me. So I wanted to show you guys my top 3 Grail shoes currently at the moment. Now, it's really hard when you've got more than one Grail shoe, and I feel very, very privileged to have more than one. I've only got really 3 in my collection I can turn around and say are a solid Grail shoe that I would have hunted high and low to get my hands on. So at number 3, and these aren't really in any specific order, but at number 3 is the Yeezy Boost 350 V1 Pirate Blacks. Next Grail shoe is the Kith Mid Ultra Boost. As you were aware when I did the SneakerCon vlog, you'll be aware how devastated I was to lose this shoe. If you don't know the story, go over to check that vlog out. It was worth every penny to get hold of this size when the size that I had before was just too small. And I will forever be keeping this in my collection as long as I possibly can. Finally, and if you hadn't guessed it already, my favorite shoe in my entire collection, a Grail that I've been after for a long, long time. It's controversial, I know, but it is the Soul Box X Adidas Ultra Boost. It was released as part of the Consortium Tour releases. It is an uncaged Ultra Boost as well. Bear in mind that uncaged Ultra Boost didn't exist when this first released, and it came with two different types of laces. You have the grey ones with the red tips, and you got red ones as well. It's got an amazing profile. I really love the shoe. I love the suede premium heel counter. The prime knit at the front was more wool, and it just looks super, super cool. Everything about this shoe really, really appeals to me, and I jump through hoops to get hold of this shoe. It's something that I will most likely never let go. It's just too precious to me. And one of the reasons why I won't ever let go of the shoe is I will tell you the tale of the Hypebeast Ultra Boosts. I once got hold of them. I held them for a short period of time, paying very little for them. They were probably the first uncaged Ultra Boost ever to exist, and I sold them for hardly anything more than what I paid for them. And as we all know, the Hypebeast Ultra Boost is worth a lot of money. Because of that fact, I've learnt my lesson. This is the Soulbox Uncaged Ultra Boost collaboration. Into the news, one of the sort of most upcoming drops that's going to have a little bit of an element of hype is the Run Through Time Mid Ultra Boost. It is dropping on the 19th of July. It's something that I'm really interested in, and I'm not too sure how hyped it's going to be. As far as I'm aware, it's only going to be dropping from consortium stores, so you're going to have to make sure you plan around the drop date if you want to get your hands on it, because as much as I'm saying there's not going to be a lot of hype, that doesn't mean it's not going to sell out. It's going to sell out. Trust me, it's going to sell out. Another shoe that is no question something a lot of people are going to try and get their hands on is the Off-White Vapor Max. That is dropping very soon. A lot of people are offering early pairs out there. If you've got those sources and you want to get hold of a pair early, they are available and they are out there. Just be warned. It's definitely a shoe for the connoisseur. I really believe that not everyone's going to be able to pull that shoe off. You've got like a blazer-esque style tongue attached to this fly knit body with the huge air bubbles that make up the sole of that shoe, but you've got that quirk off-white kind of wording and branding all around the shoe. Personally, it's not a shoe I would cop. It's not something that I really like. I'm not overly hating on the Vapor Max. I do feel like the air bubbles are quite large. I would most likely buy a standard pair of them. If you want to get hold of the shoe, get ready, because it's not going to be long before it hits these shores. But I've got some really exciting news to tell you guys. In the coming weeks, there's going to be more collaborations with more people. We've got some new shoes coming in and we've got some reviews. I can't wait for you guys to see what I've got in store, and I will see you this time next week on Tide Kicks Vlogs.